Yo, what's up guys? So I'm back with another trade breakdown. Some sales I took on SPX on Friday. Great way to end the week. We hit like a 2.4 hour multiple and it was a pretty clean trade. It only lasted like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna be just going over what I saw, why I took in stuff. So my original plan coming into market open was actually buys on the day. We did have Fed Chairman Powell speaking at 3, so about half an hour into market open. My aim was, we had this low right here. We actually had a couple of lows. My aim was basically, a low gets swept and then we move into the 4-hour order block. Price was bearish, but in order for price to move lower, we had to come into the order block or sign in order for us to move lower. But in order for us to move into the order block, we were most likely going to sweep some liquidity. So that was my plan for the day. Sweep some liquidity. That's what price was going to do. Sweep some liquidity, move into the order block, and then potentially move lower from there. Now I was just trying to catch the leg up into the order block and then be done for the day. But we had news, and unfortunately, my setup was literally right before news, so I didn't take it. But yeah, so I just stayed patient and then later on took sales out of the order block right here. It was pretty simple. So price was inside the order block. We had already had news drop, so I was like, okay, fine, we're ready to take sales. Same thing on NAS. I was looking at NAS too, and NAS was doing the same thing. We set the lows, move into the order block, and then move lower. Same exact setup on both. So the confluences I had, massive one was the SMT just before I took the trade, right? So we had this leg down, then I laid out this fair value gap. Price came up. I was just waiting for rejection, some confirmation that we're going to move lower. And then right here, when we're getting this drop, I decided to sell with stops right here. I was going to sell on this candle, this one right here, but then I just stayed a bit patient. I was like, okay, let me see what price does. And then once it was slowly starting to move, I entered and price consolidated for like 3 minutes, big leg up into this fair value gap again, and then straight drop from there straight to TP in about 5 candles. Not bad, but it was pretty simple. We had you can see on NAS here as well, we had the SMT form first. Once the SMT formed, we had the breaker structure to the downside with the fair value gap. That's all I needed. But we did have this fair value gap, so I was like, okay, price could just easily come into the fair value gap, maybe give like a 2-minute rejection of the fair value gap and then move higher, seek some more liquidity. So that's why I waited for price to use this fair value gap right here to move lower. Plus we had the inverse right here, so that was pretty simple. SMT formed, breaker structure, fair value gap, and we have a straight drop, sweeping so much liquidity. And then as soon as I exited right here on this liquidity, and then when I was out, price just messed around, built back up slowly, but then ended up moving lower again. But that was my trade for the day. Pretty simple, price just came into the 4-hour order block, SMT, breaker structure, fair value gap, entry. Easy, simple as that. So that's my trade to end the week, and yeah, we'll see what we have for the week ahead, so yeah.